as an LA native for my whole life, there's no other way to start this off than the breaking news that the world is ending. There is snow in Los Angeles. There's snow in Pasadena. There's snow around the Hollywood sign. Last Friday, I was walking back from a class. I'm just kidding. I didn't have a class. I was walking back from something else. I was walking back from something, and I noticed something start hitting on my head. I'm like, what the hell? And I noticed these little white pellets dropping down my head. Now, after a Google search, I found out it was hail. But as an LA native who never leaves the state, I had no idea what the hell was going on, Everett.
What the hail was going on?
I'm not saying that, but I had no idea what was happening. I've seen snow like twice in my life. For reference, I don't know anything about snow. So I see these little beads dropping on me. At first, I thought somebody was like dropping stuff from their apartment because I was walking by some buildings. At first, I thought someone was like dropping stuff on my head. And then I was like, wait, this is just hail? And I'm no weather expert. I don't know a damn thing about hail or anything. But it was like 48 degrees. I didn't even know it was possible to hail when it's 48 degrees. So I have no idea what is going on. The world is ending in LA. I don't know. The LA River was actually a river over the weekend. I'm not sure if you saw that.
There was water.
There was water. A river. It was not a
The only time I've ever seen that
river.
The only time I've ever seen it with water has been in GTA.
And like obviously it was dirty, but like it didn't just look like straight sludge and trash like normal. Like it actually was just
it actually had water. Like it looked like there was a reason that there was a canal there.
That's not something you see every day. So
no, it's not something that you see, period.
Ever. I don't know what's going on in LA. The weather doesn't make sense. In my opinion, I agree with this. This is just God's way of inviting USC and UCLA to the Big Ten. This is just God's way of being like, welcome, have fun in the Big Ten. Let me just prepare you now. Get you guys a little ahead of the curve.
They better have been practicing today. They need to have practiced outside. Like I need an update from USC.
You're gonna get.
I need an update from USC. Last being weekend, like, yeah, we practiced in the snow.
Just also for reference, Everett. Now, I'm not saying Louisiana is known for their harsh ass winters, but how hot is it over there? Just for reference.
So last week during Mardi Gras, it was pretty cold. It was like 40, 50 degrees.
So actually pretty similar to here, I would say.
Yeah.
Minus the rain.
Sorry.
Unless there was rain.
2 days after that, went from 40 degrees to 75 degrees. Today, with also 80% humidity. Today, on Monday, when we're recording this, it was 85 degrees, sunny, 70% humidity, 8 UV index, very warm for February.
Yeah, today it was 45, raining for a little bit. Wasn't hailing, but it was snowing in the Dina, so look out for that.
Yeah.
It doesn't snow in the Dina. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I actually want to see a picture of the Rose Bowl. I kind of want to see that thing fluttered. That's
with
that's
snow, with snow on it.
Yeah, that's a Big Ten stadium.
that would be something straight out like an NCAA, like the NCAA game. Like the only time you'd ever see snow in LA, be honest, in the Rose Bowl.
The only time I've ever seen snow in LA is when GTA, it's winter time and they
right. That's exactly what I was saying.
That's the only time.
That's it.
That's it. And now in Pasadena. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. Lived in LA my whole life. I've never seen this. So yeah.
Let's also clarify, it wasn't light flurries in Pasadena. It was it was a full blizzard, arguably, in Pasadena.
I don't know blizzards. As a Minnesota man, I guess you
it was a thick
in that than me.
It was a thick snow. It was a heavy snow. We'll say it that way. Right. It's a heavy snow.
I don't know how to rate snowfall. I have no idea.
It's a solid 6.5, 7 out of 10. Flurry wise, I'd say.
Yeah, it was just
as the residential weatherman.
Enough to make you stop and open up that Twitter post and be like, wait,
what?
Where?
Huh?
And for like the people out there, like, wait, where is Pasadena? It's like, oh, it's right next to LA. Like, yeah, I don't know what's going on, but
the world is ending.
Enough of that. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. Today is episode number 95. 95. Solid number. We're 2 away from the Bosa episode.
So hold on. 95 means the end of this week will be 96. Next week,
True.
98 or 97 and 98. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Episode 99 God. And 100. We did not plan it this way.
It's gonna be.
We will be recording. We will be recording it on Grant's birthday. No, it will be Grant's birthday episode. Will be episode 100.
I'm just saying this is fate that episode 69 is the Ohio State Michigan loser recap, and then episode 100 is my birthday. What the hell?
We did not plan this. This is fate.
No, we did not.
Like, we did not plan this.
It's not like we specifically picked that week to start doing double
if you legitimately think that we calculated all of this before we set up the 2 episodes a week schedule.
Well, now that you bring it up, we did plan this out. No, we did. We did. Yes. Now that
yes,
you bring it up,
the PR department has gone into my earbud and has told me, yes, we did actually calculate it. I was incorrect.
Intern is very upset right now.
He actually spent 72 hours without sleep calculating the schedule out.
More.
It was more? Oh, I feel really bad then. I kind of just left him.
72 was just for the single uploads. We haven't even gotten to the double uploads at that point.
Fuck.
Like he literally did a third.
Yeah,
of his
so we left him
Everett.
Alone for an entire week to calculate this out. He is not very happy right now.
Yeah, I was about to say you, but I also didn't text him that week. I mean,
no, we did leave him in a room with some rations, maybe some coffee.
Unlike
we just
Aaron
let him go to work.
Though, we let the lights stay on. You know.
Yeah. Speaking of, actually, no.
And
that
similar to Aaron Rodgers, there was an option to turn the lights on.
Yeah, there was. I cannot say whether or not it was used, because frankly I don't know. But he did kind of look like Schmeagol coming out of the darkness.
Now, Everett, what was more disappointing? Aaron Rodgers' darkness retreat that happened in a hotel room where the lights were just off, or Jake Paul losing to Tommy Fury after talking all the shit for 2 years and then just showing up and just like clearly not being as good of a boxer as Tommy Fury? Which one was more embarrassing? What do you think?
I'm not gonna lie, Aaron Rodgers was kind of more embarrassing.
Yeah, I was gonna go.
Aaron Rodgers.
I'm gonna be honest. If anything, the fact that
it's good.
Didn't get knocked out by a pro boxer is impressive. And you know what? Jake Paul did knock him down the last round, but like,
there was a minute where I thought that he was going to win.
Fury was just a better boxer the entire fight.
There was a minute where I thought he was going to win. I'm not going to lie. There was a minute.
When I saw the knockdown, I was thinking to myself, like, shit, that might have swayed some of those judges, but I'm happy it didn't because like Tommy Fury did win that. And shit, I am not a boxing guy, but now I think about it, Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. Wilder knocks him down. It's the famous, like like it hits 7, his eyes just open up. He just gets up. It's like, what the fuck? That is straight out of a movie.
You know who is a massive
in that fight? Fury got knocked down, but he outboxed Wilder, and they tied it. They call it they tied
split.
Whatever.
Split. Yeah.
That goes to show how much of a boxing fan.
You know who is a boxing fan, though? Our unnamed intern is actually a boxing fan. Fun fact.
Yeah, and
the only thing that he follows of any sport
throughout middle school and stuff, I like started watching UFC a little. Unnamed intern, no interest. Now I don't know a damn thing, and I come to him for all my questions for everything. Ask him everything.
Yeah.
How the turntables have tided, but yeah. Moving on now. We can get to the NFL now, but I want to save your recaps for the end. So if you don't mind, Everett, I think
let's start with some baseball.
Oh, okay.
Let's start with some baseball.
I was gonna drop the Damian Lillard connection.
Oh, okay. You can do that.
No.
You can do that. No.
We should save that because I also have a college basketball segment.
Okay,
So
we can
it'll
transition
fit
that
in
way.
with that. But actually,
All right, let me
MLB.
start with this before you get into any and before we get into Dodgers talk, because we are a Dodgers podcast. Yes, we have moved on from football. No, we haven't. But
I really
so
the Dodgers Padres series, bro. Don't do it. It wasn't a good idea. It was
No,
not a good idea.
it
It
was
just made me
not.
really fucking pissed. It was not a good idea.
Yeah,
I thought it'd be like, shit, this will inspire me. Give me some. No, it made me really depressed. And especially more depressed knowing that they added fucking Bogarts. Like, I forgot.
Okay,
They
you need to
just
stop. I don't want to think about it right now. I don't want to. I've had a good day. I've had a great day. I do not need that in my life right now.
Well, the day got even worse today, even though we did beat the Padres. But
yes, and we'll get to that. Okay, so we obviously both know of Bobby Bonilla, right?
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows Bobby
I would
Bonilla.
arguably say a top 10 most famous person affiliated with the MLB right
Is
now.
Bobby Bonilla.
Like, I think more people are aware of the Bobby Bonilla contract than who Justin Turner is.
So you're aware of the Bobby. You're aware of the Bobby Bonilla contract, right?
I don't know why I picked Justin Turner,
but you're aware of the Bobby Bonilla contract, right? Guess what? There's actually a second Bobby Bonilla contract.
With who?
This contract is a second deferred contract with the Baltimore Orioles, where Bobby Bonilla is owed $500 every year from 2004 to 2029.
Now, like, $500 is hilarious.
That's just $500.
So I really have questions on how that came to be. There's
maybe Bobby Bonilla just knows the contracts.
Orioles. I feel like there's something with the Mets and Orioles where it was like the way I look at this, Everett, is that the Mets, similar to your restructures one year, they didn't get it done, and they said, Bobby,
please,
we're gonna pay you till 2039, brother. All right, don't just trust us. Like,
we got your birthday dinner every year for the next 25 years.
Now that's the Orioles.
We got
like,
it.
Hey, no, literally the Orioles are like, we got half the tab for your birthday dinner every year.
Every year. Every year for the next 25 years.
Cover half.
We got half.
We got you. $500. That's hilarious.
It's just hilarious.
That's
just great.
I hope Bobby Bonilla devotes that $500 to something hilarious every year. I hope he devotes that to like a funny, like, holiday gift or something, or some personal gift.
It's his white elephant. It's his white elephant gift.
Yeah,
like Secret Santa.
Like, that 500 comes in, he's like, all right, now he might have it building up in his head all year. Like, ooh, I know what I'm going to spend my $500 on.
It's just like a birthday present
of just $500 things that he just waits every year for the Orioles to give him. And he's like, ooh, one off the list.
One done.
Now that's if Bobby Bonilla has the personal self-restraint to do that. We don't know.
Well, we don't know, actually.
We don't know.
We don't know. But it does seem like he is financially smart.
As the TikTok experts like to say, that's passive income, baby. Dang. Come on. You know what the deal is. I would rather have 1 cent a day for the rest of my life than $50 billion right now. That's called passive income.
Passive income.
All right. Now, Everett. The big thing that's been surrounding baseball, everyone's had strong opinions on it, of course, but the new pitch clock.
Yeah.
Wanted to hear your impressions. I just want to say, as a fan, it's great when you're watching at home. Okay, this shit's way quick. I'm gonna be honest.
I know where you're going with this.
A Dodger baseball game, if it's in between pitches, I can't help but like check Twitter real quick. Like, if I'm watching,
it's a little escape.
Like, I have to be like,
no, it's a little escape.
I can't just be sitting there watching the signs. I can't do it. My ADHD, hell no. But as a fan in the stadium, I'm not entirely sure.
You know what I just thought about, though?
If it's better or worse. We'll see.
You know what I thought about, though? For you specifically.
Now
for Grant specifically, it is horrible for you if you were at the stadium, because Grant has a tendency to leave for little bits of time And every time it happens, home runs hit, runners score.
Always good for the Dodgers, though. Like,
always
if anything,
great for the Dodgers.
That's good.
But that was happening without the pitch clock. Now Grant might leave for 10 minutes to go and get a Dodger dog.
2 innings might go by.
Maybe a drink. He might come back. He might have left at the 6th inning stretch, the 7th inning stretch.
The game
might
be over by the time.
And game might be over by the time he gets back.
We might be in the top of the 9th by the time I'm back from getting a Dodger dog. So that's one thing I am thinking about. So I think they're saying average time of games has been decreased by anywhere. I've seen stuff anywhere from 22 to 45 minutes. I doubt it's 45. 22 seems a little more reasonable. But
the other thing I'm thinking too, by the way, there's a lot of people like going to Dodger games, but just baseball games in general. It's a game atmosphere. You're with your friends. It's an American classic, right? It's sports. And what do people like to do at sporting venues? A lot of people like to drink at sporting venues. There already is a cutoff in the MLB for when you can serve beverages.
You're protesting the 7th inning no beer rule now.
I understand it. I understand the fact it's theirs to try and be like, don't drink and drive. Like, we want people to be safe.
The 7th inning beer rule now is gonna hit like a minute 30 into the game.
But also, if you're going to a baseball
like 90
game,
minutes to chug.
If people are going to a baseball game with the intent to drink there,
and with many, like the A's, for example, you can get in for what, $10? Like, you're going there to drink.
like that is the day's plans. Like, they're not going. You're not doing something else afterwards. And if somebody's planning to drink there, I guarantee you, the 7th inning cutoff right there.
Oh,
if they were really planning
a inning cutoff, they're stocking up.
They will have like 5 in their possession for the rest of the game. That might cost them $100, but you know
what? Actually, now I think it's going to be exciting that this is going to be the first time in my life where I can have a beer at Dodger Stadium. I'm going to have a beer at Dodger Stadium for the first time. That's exciting.
It is exciting.
That's going to be cool. Now, technically,
it technically will also be mine.
Yeah, because I was saying,
technically also be mine. Yeah,
unless you hit up a playoff game last year that you didn't tell me about. I don't think you've done that.
I did not know. No, I did not.
Yeah, I mean, unless you shot over to Philly to hit up a playoff game.
Well, I also still wouldn't have been able
Atlanta.
I still wouldn't have been able to drink unless it was like the World Series. So,
no, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, pretty late, but yeah, I guess we can actually see what it's like.
We can enjoy. Except now our time's.
You know what they say? You haven't been to a baseball game until you drink 15 beers at one. You know what they say?
Yeah.
You haven't been to your first baseball game until you black out at one. That's what they say.
It is the MLB slogan.
Said that.
It is MLB's running slogan. You didn't have fun unless you blacked out here.
If you didn't black out today, you didn't go. You didn't show up to the game. You know, that's on every baseball.
It's not baseball unless you're blacking out. That's the slogan.
Yeah. But from the home fan perspective, love it. Okay, love it.
I agree. I agree with that.
From the in-game perspective, to be determined. We'll see. We'll see. I'm kind of more so on the shit. Like, I'm getting up a lot to go get shit. So I feel like for me, I might be missing a lot of the game.
I know when I've gone to the Twin Stadium too, they have a tendency to not let you go into your seats if there's ball in play.
No, yeah, you can't go. They won't let you go until it's in between batters or worse. So
you might not be able, given the pitch clock now. If you leave, you might not be able to get back.
But then again, that shit'll get moving. So you won't have to wait that long at the same time.
It might, but that means that you're just not in your seat. I know there's going to be somebody who gets up to use the bathroom, is not allowed back in their seat because of the pitch clock, and then there's going to be a ball hit right to their seat.
So I stopped playing baseball pretty early on. We went over the story of how I was held down to play with the younger kids because I was so bad at baseball. I'm not good at baseball. So I was asking a couple of people I know playing college. Was going to say I contacted a kid I know in the minor leagues, but that I did not get a response. But I asked some friends playing college baseball. I was like, what are your thoughts on the pitch clock and stuff? And they actually said, I'm not sure how crazy of a change it's going to make.
In college.
Now, this is from my college friend. He was like making example of MLB, but this is what he told me. He says, this has been in AAA for like 2 years now, and there have been no noticeable changes to pitching batting stats in AAA over the past years. And this pitch clock.
I don't think that there's literally a change with the feel of the actual game. I just think that there's a change in how long the game's going to take. I don't think as a player, like, I don't think that there's.
Well, the one thing that I thought of is like, they're giving out 0-1 strike counts for stuff if you don't get in the box. That's what I was like.
I have seen games, like there was a game that already ended because of it.
Didn't get in the box time, strike 3, game over.
That is an issue. But
it is spring training, so they're gonna enforce it hard in spring training to make a point out of it. So,
but honestly, once everybody's kind of used to it, I feel like it shouldn't be a problem.
Like, fine. In May, we'll revisit this, and I honestly don't even think we'll really notice.
Most likely.
I do think though, like Max Scherzer was saying, like he loves it, and like Scherzer has a pitch comm on his glove now, so he can directly call the catcher and tell him what he wants to throw and stuff. And like Scherzer, he's a pitcher. He's like, yeah, I get to stay in my rhythm. Boxers can't step out of the box. I get to keep throwing. I was thinking though, like 15 seconds in between pitches, like shit. Like, doesn't the pitcher might want more time than that? Like, is that too quick? I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't know what it's like to play baseball at that high level, so I can't.
Although Craig Kimbrell might actually be fucked, because his position alone that he takes pre-pitch, that takes 15 seconds to actually like move into and move out of. So he might be screwed. He might be screwed.
Yeah, like another thing. So there's a really, really pretty viral clip going around Twitter. Former Dodgers reliever Pedro Baez, and it's him. It's an entire half inning of the Dodger Padre game going by before Pedro Baez threw a single pitch.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Now, it's terrible.
Pedro was a Dodger for so fucking long. He was on the 2020 World Series team. That was his last year, 2021. He signed with the Stros. It's okay that he went to
the Cheaters. Sorry, please refer to them by their proper name.
The Cheaters. Trash Stros. It's okay he went there, guys. It's Pedro. It's all right. But he was like infamously known for taking the longest average time between pitches. And just like that video just summed it up perfectly. I think his average time between pitches was like 54 seconds. Like, think how long that is. And that's between pitches. Each batter probably gets 6 pitches. Like, he's out there forever. Like for him, you need a fucking pitch clock, bro.
But speaking about the Dodgers, now let's get into this.
Yeah, Dodger talk. Now
there's a little bit of a catastrophe today.
I want a quick side note. Actually, no. We gotta do this. My point.
There was a little bit of a catastrophe today at the Padres Dodgers spring training game. I guess technical
as a resident in-house med staff member, you can
medical expert. Yes. I have zero credentials. Let's be clear about this. I just have an opinion. I do not want anybody being thinking that I am a certified medical expert.
He's just trying to be humble. This is Dr. Everett speaking. So Dr. E, PhD, he's coming right at you.
Dr. Waterboy. So it looked like one Mr.
Head of hydration.
Head of hydration. Gavin Lux looked like he absolutely destroyed his ankle today. My opinion, it kind of looked like Patrick Mahomes' injury. It looked like a high ankle sprain, maybe some ligament damage. Later was an announcement came out that he apparently heard something pop in his leg when he had his heinous injury. You guys can look it up if you really want to see it. But the Dodgers are now without a shortstop for the foreseeable future. Don't know how.
Well, I'm going to quickly pause you on that last comment because Everett, I'm not sure if you remember, but we signed the hottest name in all of free agency, Miguel Rojas, or we traded for him.
We did trade for him.
He was a backup shortstop for the Marlins last year. We got our guy. What do you mean?
He's no Gavin Lux.
I was just kidding, guys.
No Gavin
obviously
Lux.
being sarcastic there, but no. The Dodgers responded today. Let me pull up a tweet from one John Heyman. Okay, Dodgers signed Bryson Brigman, the famous shortstop, Bryson Brigman, who we all know extremely well.
Yes, Bryson Brigman, of course.
We signed him, who had played, pretty sure in the minor leagues with the Mariners and Marlins. So we got our replacement effort.
We love the Marlins. We love Marlins players.
Yeah, we took Marlins guys. We took all the lit Marlins guys except the littest one out of all of them, Chaz Chisholm. And if you know,
you don't mean Luis Arias?
Well, did you hear the announcer, Jazz Chisholm, who's the cover athlete for MLB? He introduced him, got him mixed up, and said Chaz Chisholm. So that's the shortstop or middle infielder you want to get. I'm pretty sure.
Of course. I mean, that is
Chaz
the pride
Chisholm.
and joy. That is the pride and joy.
But instead, we went with, let me get his name again. Bryson
Brigman.
Bryson Brigman.
Yes. That's
and
exactly
Miguel
what I meant.
Rojas.
So,
let's just say this. Andrew Friedman's on the phone with Craig Counsell right now. I don't know who the GM for the Brewers is, but I just know Craig Counsell is their manager. We're on the phone with Craig right now. The bird or the chicken that flew at midnight. We're on the phone with him right now. We're on the phone. We're getting a deal in right now. Give us Corbin Burnes. We know Corbin is not a fan of the Brewers after he got lowballed in his arbitration hearing case. The Brewers stiffed Corbin Burnes out of $710,000. That's how petty they were. Corbin Burnes, instead of he wanted $10,710,000. Okay. Yep. $10,710,000. The Brewers were like, fuck no, you only get 10 million. You don't deserve
only 10 million.
700K.
Fuck that.
Now the only 10 million, but it's only 700K. Why the fuck would you just pissed him off? Now he will not resign. Like, that's what you did. It was $700,000 for him to resign, and now he's will not resign. So congrats, Milwaukee. Congrats. But we'll take Corbin Burnes off your hands, and why don't we fix that shortstop problem too? Throw in Willy Adames. We'll take him too. That's the fix. Let's get this trade done. Fuck waiting to. Well, knowing the Dodgers, we're not doing.
We're waiting.
We're not pulling the trigger right now. We're not going to do that.
We're waiting until the trade deadline.
Well,
what the hell just happened? Oh my God.
Am I good?
Now you're good.
Okay.
My man just DJ'd out right there. That was a remix.
Did I just hit you with a little
I just yeah.
Okay.
It's a little.
I'll have to re-listen to that. But God damn it. I just lost my train of thought.
You're talking about Corbin Burnes.
Really threw me off the edge. Okay.
We're talking about Corbin Burnes.
Yeah, Corbin Burnes, Willy Adames. So Corbin Burnes pissed off, doesn't want to re-sign. Willy Adames, both are coming up on their contracts. Brewers this is what I was saying. Re-ask me in a week if we wait to do these deals or not. I think give a week. We're gonna see how. Fuck. Let me get his name again.
Horrendous.
Bryson
Brigman.
Yeah. Fuck.
Brigman.
Bryson Brigman. Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep referring back to that a lot. But Bryson Brigman and Miguel Rojas. We're gonna see how they play at short. And if they do not cut it, literally, they have 6 days to prove themselves. Okay, Everett? They have 6 fucking days. If they don't prove themselves in the next 6 days, we are on the phone and we're trying to get that deal done like now. Let's say they play well though, which, to be honest, I'm kind of expecting to happen. Also, Vargas is going to be playing middle infield too. I don't think he can play shortstop though. But Vargas will be playing infield too. If those 3 are playing well, hitting well, I don't know exactly how the outfield will look. Shit, maybe Chris Taylor might have to make an appearance at short.
That's not. I mean, that's not great, but it's not terrible.
Yeah, we'll find out. But if they play well, which I'm kind of expecting to happen, I think we'll wait out on this trade. We'll wait till like May to go for it. Trade deadline.
Most likely, yeah. We'll see.
July,
we'll see. It'll be.
It will be. Get that done. I feel like
it'll be in season.
How the Padres start. Okay.
It'll be in season.
We'll see if the Padres start off hot. The stress might be
okay.
there.
I'm gonna cut off this segment here in a second. So get out whatever else you need, but let's
Oh
start
yeah,
transitioning
last
into
thing.
basketball.
I'm gonna give a little bit of a humor shout out to the Padres fans. They had some beat LA and some FLA chants going out there, which usually it's never Padres fans getting this breakout. It's always Dodger chants. But there were actually Padre dominant crowds out in spring training out in Arizona. But also there were "Who's your shortstop" chants going on, and that stings even harder after the Gavin Lux injury. So fuck you, Padre fans, but shit, I have to tip the
Props
cap.
to them.
That's fucking good. That's good.
Keep in
That's
mind,
good
Fernando
shit.
Tatis is coming
I gotta
back.
give props where props are due.
Keep in mind, Fernando Tatis is coming back.
Last thing, I'll probably have to soften this up, makes it a little bit better. But the one thing that really struck my attention over the weekend, I saw a Passan, I wouldn't say bomb, but a Passan tweet just highlighting the upcoming free agent class. And if you guys have been day one Waterboy supporters, you know me and my MLB juiced ball conspiracy. We are back with another edition this year. Last year, I made a pretty unsuccessful video explaining why I think the baseballs will be juiced last year. Now, I am a dumbass, okay? I was under the impression that there were more big name starting pitchers on the market than hitters.
See, fraud alert right there.
Yeah, perfect timing. Once again, I want to shout out the downtown Los Angeles Fire Department. They're fucking amazing when it comes to their timing. But I'm a dumbass who thought there was going to be more big name starting pitchers. I thought DeGrom and Rodon would command a larger share, but silly me, DeGrom pitches 7 innings a year because he's always hurt. And Rodon, yeah, went to the Yankees, but that was enough as the other guy that the Yankees had to re-sign, who hit 62 fucking home runs or whatever, Aaron Judge. So it was a hitting class, all right? It was not a pitching class, okay? I was wrong. So last year, when I said the balls would be juiced, that was just me being a dumbass, okay? The reasoning, my logic is still there. I was just wrong with my prediction saying that the pitching
got the class wrong.
Better.
Just got the class
wrong. Okay. But this year, Everett, the free agent hitting class is loaded. And the pitching free agent class, well, the best pitcher available is also like the best hitter available, this guy named Shohei Ohtani. So I'm not sure how much of a hitter or of a pitcher he really counts as. So,
yeah, I wouldn't count it that way right now.
The free agent class last year was Judge, Trey Turner, Bogarts, Correa, Dansby, big ass class. For the fuck, got this wrong. Last year was loaded with hitters, not pitchers, okay? Upcoming class, loaded with pitchers, not hitters. Loaded with pitchers, not hitters, okay? With that being said, juiced baseballs are back. Juiced baseballs are back. Last year had one of the lowest runs per games and home runs per games averages in a while also, which makes me more inspired to believe that juiced baseballs will be back. But when we look at this upcoming free agent class and how it's so dominated by starting pitchers and not by hitters, what, from the perspective of Rob Manfred, I want to juice the baseballs, raise league-wide ERAs, raise the run per games, raise home run per games, because I want to lower pitcher ERAs, raise pitcher whips, so come contract time in the offseason, they're worth less money and the owners have to pay less. Because right now, the big problem in baseball is, should there be a salary floor initiated? Should there be a minimum
salary
amount of
cap?
Money? No, yeah. A floor.
Oh, a floor. Okay.
Should there be a minimum amount of money that teams need to pay? Because right now, the Oakland A's are spending $31 million on their team. In 1991, they spent more money than they do now. And when you consider for inflation, it's double what they spent now. So now the Oakland A's are also trying to sell. They're trying to move to Vegas, all this other shit. I get that. But should there be a floor or not? That's the question that a lot of people are asking right now, because, I mean, the A's are spending $31 million. The Dodgers have one player getting paid more than the entire A's organization. So think about that. Think about that. That's nuts.
It almost seems like crazy. Aaron Judge probably makes more than the entire, the whole roster is worth $30 million. Aaron Judge probably makes that in I don't know. A year, maybe a couple months.
I forget who's, I think it's Scherzer's, but Scherzer's making 40 a year. So yeah, we'll see. But That's a juice ball conspiracy theory with the free agent class, and also because the runs were so down last year, it's going to be juice. But yeah, that's baseball talk.
All right, NBA.
Okay. NBA.
Basketball.
This is quick. Damian Lillard dropped 71 last night. Okay. Now I have 2 points for this. First things first. Dame dropped 71 last night, and immediately after the game, he was blood drug tested for the first time in his career. They drew blood to test for steroids that way.
I'm not gonna lie, I have never heard of somebody being blood steroid tested and sports.
And also, I mean, you're the medical expert. Is there not like a problem? Like if you just played like 40 minutes in a basketball game and they draw blood, isn't that like a health concern? Shit, I don't know. Like,
well, I mean, like he wasn't bleeding out. It's just gonna be.
I don't know.
His heart rate just has to return to like normal. Like if he has drugs in the system they're testing for, like PEDs, like they're not gonna go away right after the game. So they probably waited a couple hours. Like he probably got it the next day. He didn't probably get it.
No. He was.
It was like his minutes after the game.
Yeah, like literally.
They were taking it at the press conference.
They drew it. No. Before his press conference, it had already been drawn.
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know.
Press conference is like 30 minutes after the game.
Yeah, so like, I don't know. I don't know how that works. I've never heard of that happening in sports.
That was the first thing. I was like, what the hell? Second thing, Everett. With Dame dropping 71, there are now 3 active NBA players who have scored 70 points in a game. And I saw a little debate going around. Are players scoring more primarily just because they're taking like more efficient shots, better shots, whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it because the defense is just way shittier and it's not like the 90s?
People didn't take 3-point shots in the 90s.
True.
That's why.
I'm still seeing a lot of people out there who are saying, well, they're just scoring more because everyone.
Now let me say this. Let me say this. It was the defense more physical in the 90s. Yes, it was. Was the defensive schemes and just the way that the game was played more difficult?
It's harder to defend.
No, like it's harder to defend now. It's harder to defend now, but also like it is harder.
Like 10 feet behind the line.
It is harder to defend the shots now. That doesn't mean the defense is any shittier. It does mean though that the
they also can't do as much on defense.
The physicality that was the case in the 90s is not there, but they also weren't. They were physical because everybody was driving to the basket. They weren't pulling up and taking threes. If you play defense
mid range, that's what they were.
If people were playing defense the way that it was being played in the 90s, Steph Curry might drop like 95 points because he's just gonna sit back there and just take a wide open three. Because nobody's gonna play at the perimeter.
Well, now let's say Steph was playing in the 90s. I saw a clip on this and like, wow, I am actually so on board with what this guy said. If Steph played in the 90s now, yeah, he'd be 10 feet behind the line, he'd be whapping threes. I get that. A lot of Steph, how he gets open, he's coming off the fucking elevator screens. He's coming off the double picks. He's running little tiny loops, fucking little like loop-de-doop shit to get open.
Yeah, he would get his fucking shit pushed in.
During like if he tried to go through the elevator screens back then, like you could
Dennis Rodman would fucking whip his ass. Yeah, no, I know.
And shit. And Steph Curry's ankles are the worst ankles maybe ever in the history of Earth. Okay, he might have the worst ankles in all of Earth. Okay, in the history of the world, Steph Curry might have the worst ankles of any human being. So back then, when he was coming off his ankle injuries, like I'm talking like 2-3 years out of the league, like way
right when there was concerns about where his career would go. Yeah,
it was fucking like Isaiah Thomas, who is a piece of shit, was like we would literally trip him every single fucking play.
But like I'm saying,
would have snapped.
No. That aspect of it, that's not wrong. My vision was more so that nobody would be guarding him that closely until he's at the perimeter around it. So if he just stands by the halfway, like the midpoint of the court, he stands there maybe a little bit further off the perimeter, and people are just giving him 10 feet of space because that's not where they played defense. I mean,
it's just like I've seen videos of like bench college players hitting 53s in a row. I don't want to know how many threes like Steph Curry on average hits in a row in a gym by himself. It's got to be
it's
like
probably
80.
heinous.
That's probably
it's
the
probably
average.
heinous.
And I'm counting he misses the first shot. That counts. Like I'm talking every shot. I wouldn't be surprised.
Regardless of it, it's a make or
straight.
miss. Yeah.
Like it's Steph Curry. But, maybe yeah, those are the basketball points I saw, are scoring, what the hell, 3 current active players have scored 70 points. Holy shit. And then Dame getting blood drawn. What the fuck, NBA? Okay. Holy shit. Now, just a quick NBA update. All right. The Western Conference, Everett, I want to really, really explain to you how tight it is right now. The 13th seed Thunder is only 4 games behind. Guess which seed I'm about to tell you.
5.
They're only 4 games behind the 4th seed. And can you tell me who the 4th seed in the Western Conference is right now, Everett?
Which the Suns?
The Phoenix Suns. So the 13th place fucking Thunder, okay? The Thunder with Shea. Chet's not playing this year, remember? That's who they took number 2. He's not playing this year. So the 13th seed Thunder, led by Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, is only 4 games behind the KD Book CP3 Suns, even though, yes, KD has not played for them yet.
Also, a general statement.
Only a 4-game difference.
I don't know where the Lakers are, but LeBron James is going to be out. They're going to be out for a while.
Yeah, LeBron, and I mean, phenomenal timing. Right before LeBron says, these are the 23 most important games of my career, which I don't know why the fuck he said that. I don't know why you said that, brother, but fuck it. You're King James. Do whatever the hell you want. You can do whatever you want. Well, he said that, put some lofty expectations on the Lake Show.
It's like when his first year, he said that he activated playoff mode like a month early, and they missed it.
Oh, they got hurt. I was like, bro, the fuck? By playoff mode, he meant I just renegotiated and now I get to be GM and we're training for Anthony Davis. That's what he meant by playoff mode. But it's just weird to think. So this is what I was pointing out, Everett. The Lakers are the 12th seed right now. Okay. Yeah. They are 2 games behind the 7th seed. I'm pretty sure they're only 1 game behind the 10 seed, which is a play-in game in.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, counts. LeBron is 100% counting that as playoff mode if they make the play.
I think that the Wolves are somewhere in that mix too, and so are the Pelicans.
Oh, yeah. The 2 teams at the bottom are Spurs and Rockets. So Pelicans, all the Thunder are involved. So the T-Wolves are. Yeah, they are. Like the fucking Jazz are even involved still. Like what? They don't have anyone on their team. But yeah, I mean, NBA, the Western Conference is fucking nuts right now. Okay, it is absurd. Last thing, I want to shout out some of our NBA moguls, some of our financial leaders in the NBA. The Bucks I'm pretty sure they just announced they're selling the team to the owner of the Cleveland Browns for $3.5 billion. The former Bucks owner, I'm not gonna act like I know his name. The former Bucks owner purchased the Bucks for only $500 million in 2014. Yeah,
so he's making a nice little turnaround on that one.
What a fucking profit. Oh my God. And he won a fucking ring with them too. So he's goated.
Seems to be the only thing that he cared about. Now he's done.
I mean, shit, from the financial perspective wise, get your ring and dip, because Giannis probably ain't re-signing. So I would get out too. I don't blame him. But new owner, goal number 1, convince Giannis to stay. Hope you can do it.
What did you have for college basketball? I know you said you had something about that.
Just a quick thing, college basketball. I just want to highlight how North Carolina kind of smacked the shit out of Virginia, essentially right after I called their whole team out on TikTok for all still being in college after making the Natty game last year. So you're welcome, North Carolina. I motivated them to
We can Virginia. Confirm
that's a quad 1 win for the Tar Heels. I will take full credit for that win. You guys are welcome.
Armando Bacot did see that TikTok. We're going to assume the entire team saw the TikTok because of that.
All I ask is please tell me you showed that to Leaky Black, because I actually swear to God He's been playing for North Carolina since I was in like 3rd grade. I swear to God. Like, please just tell me Leaky Black.
That's all that matters to you. That's all that matters to you.
Leaky, if you're listening to this, you're also my favorite player on North Carolina. You are my favorite Tar Heel of all time, other than Kennedy Meeks. So I just want to get that out there.
There we go.
I'm gonna be honest, Kennedy Meeks, it's hard to beat him.
Let's switch a little bit into football now. I'm gonna start with this before I know we get into Aaron Rodgers and we have offseason stuff. General statement, by the way, after the Lions released Michael Brockers, the oldest player on the Lions is now a 29-year-old. The oldest player on their team is 29 years old.
Oh, yeah. It's also a former Ohio State player, Taylor Decker.
So I believe he's a left tackle. He's their left tackle, right?
Pretty sure left.
He's a tackle.
Yeah, because Penei Sewell plays right. I mean, they would have moved Decker.
Just talking about a team that has high aspirations and a bright future. If the oldest player on your team's 29 years old and you're doing all that, it's looking great to me. That is a great place to be. Okay, here is
Taylor Decker was part of the 2014 Ohio State national champion team.
Like, this is same team as Zeke. God rest his ankles. So this is I talked to you a little bit about this beforehand. So I saw this stat today. Carson Wentz. So remember when Carson Wentz tore his ACL? Like that season, it was the Super Bowl winning season. Like he was having an MVP season, right? You remember?
And then he proceeded to actively root against the Eagles because he
right. But you remember he was having an MVP level season. Like stats were great, all that, right?
Yes.
So on the hit that he tore his ACL, his stats before tearing his ACL: 56 starts, 91 TDs, 35 picks, 64% completion percentage. Pretty fucking good. That's very for a young quarterback, like his third season, second season,
MVP.
So a third season, like that is a potential. That's a potential Hall of Fame track right there. Potential. After tearing his ACL, 36 starts, 54 touchdowns, 31 picks, and a 60% completion percentage, including getting cut and traded twice.
Was it just a torn ACL?
It was a torn ACL and there was something else messed up his meniscus.
Was more.
So this is my question to you. We were talking about basketball earlier. I understand
LaMelo Ball fractured his ankle today.
Yeah, I know RG3 exists. I know that there are other career paths. Is Carson Wentz the modern day NFL version of Derrick Rose? Did he have his career taken away from him because of injuries? Would he have been a perennial Pro Bowl, All-Pro quarterback had he not torn his ACL?
Now, actually, shit.
See?
That's
a good question.
Now, this is one thing. Now, I'm not that tapped in with the NBA, but according to my knowledge, Derrick Rose has still had a pretty successful career post-injury. Now, it's not the career that he was destined to go on and have.
Right.
But
I would say the more comparative
Wentz numbers.
The more comparative.
No, I like in terms of the first part, becoming a star.
Right.
What I'm comparing their post-injuries, which is not the question. So what I'm doing actually doesn't fucking matter. Forget what I just said. Now this could be a good clip. Really well because Derrick Rose gets hurt in the first round of that playoff run. I'm pretty sure Wentz got hurt like 2 weeks before the playoff run, but it's relatively similar timing. Wentz obviously didn't win MVP that year, but a lot of people say he would have won. Tom Brady won it that year, I'm pretty sure. Correct?
I think so. Yes.
So now I would MVP likes to give, or NFL voters like to give it to new people. They don't like to give it to the same people over and over. So I would assume Wentz would have won it that year had he not get hurt. So now this is actually, I'm going on the side of no. After seeing how Carson Wentz redid that Super Bowl run when he got hurt, he's not a team player. He's not a good leader. It wouldn't have worked out. He might have been talented, but he wouldn't have been the leader of that team. Derrick Rose grew up in Chicago bred. The Bulls was his favorite team. He was going to lead them through thick and thin. I still go back and watch the video of Derrick Rose reacting to getting.
But I'm also, because I think that this is
down. I think Carson Wentz, I'm going to say no, because Carson Wentz would have been an awful leader in that locker room going on. He would have been extremely fucking self-centered, like stuck up, selfish, like fuck all you guys, I'm the best. That's what it would have been. So no. But I think
it's also. I also think that it's a very good. Like,
I'm
it's
also
a good
assuming that Derrick Rose would have been fucking raw. So
yeah, no, I am too. I think in general, like, this is also a good clip. Like, I was talking about that, how you're gonna have your pick of the crop, because I think that this is a good one. Just in general, asking
I like this.
how Carson Wentz, just even without the compare,
both of us. That was fucking good, dude. That was good as shit.
Even without the comparison of Derrick Rose, just a genuine question: would Carson Wentz's career have been extraordinarily different had he not torn his ACL? Would he have been a potential Hall of Fame player, or just perennial? This is a better question. Would Carson Wentz have been a perennial All-Pro player had he not torn his ACL?
Okay, so let's All-Pro, yeah, 100%. I don't think
perennial. Perennial.
Oh! I thought you were making All-Pro.
No, perennial. Like, I'm saying like now. Like, if we're looking, like, Mahomes, he didn't tear his ACL. Now in 2023, let's say he had all those years back. So last 7 years, right? Last 6 years, he had all of those years without playing on that torn ACL. Obviously, Jalen Hurts most likely isn't on that team right now too. Yeah. But if he had all those years back, how would his career have gone?
I'm just going to go out on a limb and say most people, barring an ACL injury, would have had a better career. But I'm not entirely sure if he'd be perennial All-Pro when I'm just looking at the quarterback competition. So right now, he'd be going against Mahomes and shit. But I'm talking, like, let's say 2018, 2019, he's going up against, like, the Rodgers MVP years. Would he beat out Rodgers for first team All-Pro? I'm not sure if he.
Let me ask you this: do you think that
I think there's a path out there where he would have been a top 5 quarterback, no ACL. If Carson
Wentz hadn't torn his ACL, would he in 2023 be a top 5 quarterback in the NFL? And would he have been a cornerstone franchise quarterback for any team in the NFL?
I'm more confident in saying he would have been a top 5 quarterback post ACL in, like, 2020 than now, because Joe Burrow and, like, Mahomes.
But the question is, like, with the trajectory it could have gone. With the trajectory it could have gone without him tearing his ACL in 2023, would Carson Wentz have been a top 5 quarterback in the NFL if he hadn't torn his ACL in 2017?
I'm going to say no. I'm going to lean more towards no. And I feel like Carson Wentz's performance last year has left a big stain in my mind. And so,
but that's assuming that it wouldn't. The assumption is he wouldn't have been playing the same way.
I just can't imagine a world where he's back to 2017 MVP.
Like, if for the last 6 years he played the exact same way he played in 2017. Yeah. If he was playing the exact same way that he was playing that year and he continued to progress on top of that, like, I would have to say he would have to be a top 5 quarterback in the NFL right now. As weird as that is to say, based on how terrible he is currently, I would say that if he never tore his ACL and he continued improving off of that season, which was what we expected, Carson Wentz would be a top 5 quarterback in the NFL right now and possibly fighting to be the best quarterback in the NFL right now.
One thing I think about in terms of best quarterback in the NFL, Mahomes oh my fucking God, he has 2
I know
Mahomes
that.
I know 2 Super Bowls. Oh my God, he has 2 fucking Super Bowls.
I know that, but I'm looking at what Carson Wentz did that year.
I'm now thinking more so about the Eagles team if they still had Wentz on their books with his contract right now.
I don't think they'd be able to develop the same team that they had.
If you're happy, you're so happy you got him off of your fucking books.
No, obviously, like, I agree with that. I think I think obviously having a team that doesn't have that contract is important because he had a massive contract on the books. But assuming that he was a player that actually equated to that contract, there's still potential, but I don't think that they would be as good right now as they are. And especially if they didn't have wide receivers, that'd be an issue. So
yeah, that was another thing I was kind of thinking about.
Just also another note too, by the way, the quarterbacks out of that draft, Carson Wentz and Jared Goff, that was one of I think Dak Prescott was that draft too.
Yes.
Paxton Lynch was that draft. That quarterback draft.
That was the first time in a while where it was like unanimous 1 and 2 picks are going to be Goff and Wentz, and look at them.
Well, I think Jameis and Mariota were 1 and 2 as well.
Yeah, that too. And they were
that draft.
Also, look at them. Same point stands.
So hold on. This is also a clip. If you are, because this relates to this draft. This relates to this draft.
Well, there isn't really unanimous 1 and 2, so we could.
No. But it was not. Here's the thing. It was not unanimous either of those years. It was not unanimous who was going to go 1 and 2. Especially
I would say
the Carson Wentz, but the Carson Wentz and Jared Goff draft, it wasn't unanimous. Look at this year too. Look at this year.
I think a lot of people like. As recently, a Rams guy, and that year the Rams just moved to LA, I was like keeping in touch. I had heard Goff to Rams for so long leading up to
recently in recent draft history. If there's a draft where there are 2 quarterbacks picked back to back with the first 2 picks of the draft, that quarterback class has ended horrifically.
I want to look up
because the only 2 drafts I remember where there is back to back quarterbacks in recent memory has been the Mariota Winston draft and then the Wentz and Jared Goff drafts. And both of those have ended. Obviously, Jared Goff is still starting the NFL, but every other quarterback outside of Dak from both of those drafts, from what I remember, they're not playing anymore. They're not starting.
2018, Baker. This is going to help our point. Who went 2 after Baker?
Was Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold.
Are you sure?
Or Sam Darnold 3?
I need to look this up.
My point is back to back. Literally,
that fucking draft kind of counts too because they're all shit.
I'm literally saying.
Okay.
Well, Lamar was that draft. But I'm literally saying 1 and 2, like pick 1 and pick 2. Literally the back to back first 2 picks of the NFL draft. If they are ever back to back picks,
I think we can start at the top 5. Top 5.
No. I think that's a little.
You could do it to top 3. You could do top 3. If there are
could do
top 3 because Baker Darnold counts for 2018.
So if there are 2 quarterbacks picked within the first 3 clips of the NFL draft, all the quarterbacks in that draft, the careers will end horribly.
2018 slight asterisk because Josh Allen was in that, but he hasn't been doing great recently.
Well, he wasn't top 3. He wasn't top 3. Quarterbacks. So it's more
all the quarterbacks in the draft class will do shit.
It's more specifically those 2 quarterbacks. The first quarterbacks taken off the board that were hyped up. The guys taken in the top 3 picks, their careers are not going to go the way they're expected.
There's a clear-cut number 1 though. Usually they've done well. T-Law,
Burrow, I think that's
Tyler.
That might be a good clip. A little bit more investigation to have. Because I think that's a great clip. I think that is a great clip. That is a great clip, and I want you to do that one though. I want you to do that one.
All right, put more work on me. We fucking love it.
Write it down. Write it down.
We love that, Everett.
Write it down because I want you to have
I am not going to write that down. You're fucking writing that down if I'm going to do it. So you're going to write that down.
Okay.
I'm not doing that. But yeah, who would have thought that a little sub point about Carson Wentz would have taken this far? But Everett, I have some other important news in the world of NFL.
Yeah, go ahead.
Phenomenal news, actually. The Chargers have cut ties with their head of the athletic training staff, who has been a part of the Chargers franchise since 2001, before I was fucking born, okay? Damon Mitchell, head of the athletic training staff, has been fired from the Chargers. And recently, we have been questioning how certain football programs, whether it's in the NFL or college, how certain programs have a history of injury problems season after season.
Yes.
And so
yeah, we have had that.
we're about to find out if the man that punctured Tyrod Taylor's lung was really the problem after all. We're about to find out. We also had a kicker get hurt this year. So, yeah, you, sir,
But
are
you
on
did
the
find
fucking hot
Dicker the
seat.
kicker out of it. To be fair, you did get Dicker the kicker out of it, and you got
And
Justin Herbert out of the other one.
But also, when he was
So-
evaluating JC Jackson, he was not aware of his weird ass fucking ankle with an extra bone in it that JC
That is a
Jackson
problem.
decided to get a surgery for before the season started and didn't tell anyone. So that's
And how'd he do this season? How old he do this year?
He played about 9 snaps, and in those snaps, he got fucking swiped off the fucking face of the planet.
I think that
Christian Kirk.
that extra bone might have been the reason he was so good.
Maybe Bill Belichick knew something that we didn't when it came to extra ankle bones.
He heard that he had an extra bone. He was like, get him on right now. We need him.
But we're about to find out if Damon Mitchell really was the problem. And then also Everett, breaking news. We had no idea this was going to come, but the Chicago Bears are leaning toward trading away the first overall pick. I would have had no fucking clue that's what they were leaning toward.
I honestly thought that it was they were like they already knew who they were going to pick. I thought that it was a done deal.
5'10.5" Bryce Young to the Bears, trade away Justin Fields for like a bag of chips because that's all he's worth, and then move on.
Maybe a water cooler.
Oh, whoa! Those are valuable. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I guess you have
water
to
cooler
recurringly
can hydrate
pay for those.
so many people. Justin Herbert can't hydrate a fan base. He can't hydrate a franchise. He's a running back.
Okay, what about they don't get the water cooler, but they get the little
trade
cone?
Justin Fields, Chicago. Please trade him. Do what's right for his career. Please fucking trade him. It would do so many great things for him. Please trade him. Anyway, for the running back that you guys drafted, dumbasses, you should trade away his bum ass because he's a running back. Can't even throw the football.
Yeah. One other thing that we have to go over, which we have not yet.
Bryce Young's 5'10.5".
He is.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not entirely
he is
sure.
5'10.5".
I'm not entirely sure how much I knock it because he is 5'10.5", and he's been balling out the SEC. Now I know it's with Alabama, but ask Alabama fans about last year's offense, and they're all coming from B. O'Brien's neck. But the year before, when they got J-Mo, they're pretty fucking good. So
I think that the height itself is not an issue. It's his frame.
Yeah, because
I'm not concerned.
Are short, but they're stocky.
Drew Brees was short too, and Hall of Fame quarterback. So
I'm not gonna act like Drew Brees was fucking massive, but more built than Bryce Young. Okay.
So Bryce Young needs to put weight on. Like I am scared. The talent there, like it is obvious. But I would be lying if I said I'm not absolutely terrified of Cam Jordan snapping his chest when he gets hit the first time.
I was listening to a podcast, former Ohio State coach. He was talking about how Bryce Young is not participating at the NFL Combine, which is this week, starting on Thursday. He was bringing up how big of a deal it is that Bryce Young isn't throwing at the Combine, despite him also pointing out that your passing performance on the Combine is really insignificant to the whole draft evaluation process.
It's
like,
the interviews. The interviews are a huge part for these.
So like
these things.
He was saying that like at the end of the day, what he does in his throwing combine isn't gonna fucking matter that much. But the fact that he isn't throwing in there tells him something. According to this Ohio State coach, he thinks Bryce Young knows his ceiling. He knows what he can do. He knows the throws he can make. And in this guy's opinion, he thinks Bryce Young's a little limited in arm talent, arm strength, more so arm strength.
Yeah.
And so let's say Bryce Young does participate in the throwing drills at the Combine. Let's say he does. He's going to look like the fourth best quarterback out there, okay? Stroud, Levis, and AR-15 will look better than him. if he participates in there. But should this not be raising questions? Because fuck, if Joe Burrow or fucking Kyler or one of them was they're balling out at the combine. Kyler, I'm not sure if he did. Kyler, don't quote me on that. But T-Law or Burrow, they're showing up to the combine and they're showing why they're the number one pick in the draft.
Did Joe Burrow have a combine?
Oh, they didn't have one that year. Never mind. There wasn't a combine.
No, well,
2020, right?
Justin Jefferson. No, there was a combine because Justin Jefferson was at a combine. I saw a clip of it earlier today, but I don't know if Joe Burrow actively was a participant or not. I can't remember. I think he was, but I think it was kind of a unanimous. He was going to be the number one pick, so I don't know if he did.
I'll be honest, I have no idea, but it's just Stroud, Levis, and AR.
No, I agree. I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that. Okay? I'm concerned that if Bryce Young keeps the frame he has right now, that the first time he gets clapped by Aaron Donald might be the last time he takes a snap in the NFL. So
I'd actually
he might go into an iron lung.
Interesting spectacle to watch.
He might be in an iron lung after that. So I'm genuinely concerned for his health. Huh?
It could be really bad.
Yeah, it could be.
Like, they're gonna have to call the roughing the passer before he gets.
But we'll see. I think the quarterback with the most to gain in the combine right now is probably Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, I would say him or Levis. 100%.
Anthony Richardson he's doing the 40. He's doing everything.
No, yeah.
And if there's anybody who is an athletic freak of a quarterback, it's him.
Levis might have the strongest arm because that's what everyone's talking about. And if he balls out at this throwing day, even though it isn't important, he can just subconsciously boost up over everyone else just for his arm talent.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happened with Josh Allen, but he also has to be able to perform other things and interview well.
Let's use Zach Wilson as an example.
That is the issue that I have at hand, yes.
Yeah.
Other thing that we have to talk about, and then we'll get into my offseason breakdowns. Aaron Rodgers came out of his hobbit hole after this past weekend.
Hotel room.
Yes.
Sorry, darkness retreat. Sorry.
Darkness retreat. Darkness retreat. Yeah. I'll give him props. It at least was in the wilderness. It was underground, wasn't it?
I think
it was underground. I think it was underground.
I'm pretty sure
it was like an Airbnb. It was an Airbnb, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, well, if there were multiple rooms in this place, that's really not a darkness retreat. I wanted solitary confinement.
No, it was one room, but it was like an Airbnb, like it was like an Airbnb one room.
One kind of room in the Airbnb that he locked himself in.
Sure.
Is that what you're telling me is darkness?
It is an Airbnb. The whole Airbnb is one room.
Oh. That's interesting.
I saw the way that I saw it, it was a picture. There was a door. There was a door on like the side of a rock in the wilderness covered in snow.
Oh, I thought that was a fake thing.
I thought that was actually the way that it was. We need to fact check this. I might just be gullible as shit.
Everett, I think you might have gotten got.
I was at a ball sack. I might have gotten sacked.
I don't know,
boys.
but I think you might have got.
Okay. I might have gotten sacked.
Now I just Googled darkness retreat. This little shack. There's no fucking. That's a me. There's no fucking way.
I swear I saw Adam Schefter do that. I thought I saw Adam Schefter post that. Long story short, there was a light switch in there. It wasn't fucking dark.
Yeah. Who the fuck cares if it was actually a
and it actually looked like a very nice room with like a very nice bathtub in there too.
He was allowed to shower. That's so not allowed.
You're bathing in your own filth.
I want him to be stripped of his human like emotions in this darkness.
You're trying to put him in a sensory deprivation chamber.
Yeah, like 11 from fucking Stranger Things. Like literally, I want that. Yes.
Wow.
I mean, that's what he built this up to be.
It is kind of what he made me think that he was going to be
like. He put this on himself. Okay.
He made me think that he was going to just basically
I can't believe
losing his shit
on
in
the side
darkness.
of Aaron Rodgers right now, and I'm coming after him. What the fuck's going on? What the hell is this shit? I don't even hate him that much, but like,
I'm just not surprised by it.
No, yeah, we all knew it wasn't gonna be a fucking
bullshit.
Wilderness retreat, and I don't know, Alaska. We knew that wasn't going to be we knew that wasn't going to be it. But the question is, the big realization after this, Everett, is Aaron Rodgers, like he said, he has made his decision on whether or not he will play in the NFL next year. That's what this darkness retreat was for.
I thought it was whether or not he was going to be on the Packers.
I thought that's what we decided it was actually about, but he was saying it was whether or not he was going to play in the NFL or not. But I think we deduced he will play in the NFL. He can't retire the same year Brady does because he's a fucking egotistical, self-centered piece of shit. So he needs his own
narcissist. Yes.
Retire.
Yeah.
I guess that's a more simple way to sum it up. But I like to go on in detail. But I just can't believe I'm the hater of Aaron Rodgers and you're like kind of on his side. Well, weird. Next thing you know, I'm gonna be supporting Michigan and you're gonna be hating on them. That'll be next, right?
We'll see. I think that'll
actually never happen.
That is the day that hell freezes over.
The only time I'll kind of support Michigan is when you bring up the 2018 March Madness when I picked Villanova to beat Michigan in the national championship game. It's the only time I'll.
All right. So I have 2 off-season wish lists to do.
And when I beat them like 16 straight times to start off my life until those were also good memories of Michigan. But yeah.
I have 2 off-season wish lists. I think these were both the most asked for.
Raining pretty tough right now, not gonna lie. But
all right,
I might.
I think these were the 2 most sought after off-season wish lists. We have the 49ers and we have the Colts. Grant, which one would you like first?
Whoa! I'm gonna question your remark on the most sought after. Do you know how many people commented "fucking Chiefs" over the weekend? Dude?
Oh, I know, but I've been seeing 49ers for weeks.
Now, this is another point that I'll say. Now, the Chiefs, you guys just won a fucking Super Bowl. You don't need an off-season post. Fuck you. Okay.
Sorry, no. It was rebuilding. It was a rebuilding year. It was a rebuilding year. It's a rebuilding year.
I still cannot believe they really won the Super Bowl after trading away Tyreek Hill, Everett. Are you fucking kidding me?
Magic of Patrick Mahomes.
And the thing is, it's like Aaron Rodgers is the boogeyman to you. My
Patrick
guy has
Mahomes,
2 rings. Okay, he's worse than your boogeyman, and your boogeyman might join my fucking division. So like,
you might just be fucked.
Dude, if we have to go up against Born Russ under Sean Payton, fucking Patrick Mahomes, and then Aaron Rodgers with Devontae fucking Adams, who put up 400 yards against us with Derek Carr as his quarterback.
And
JC Jackson's going to have to do a lot more than fucking fixing his ankle if he wants to get shit going, all right? Oh, my fucking God. Wow. That is terrifying, Everett. Fucking frightening.
Yeah, that is what nightmares are made of. All right, Colts or 49ers?
I want to do Colts because I just want to hear you say re-sign Paris Campbell.
All right, fair point. Colts offseason wish list. Restructure Darius Leonard and DeForest Buckner. Cut.
Pause. That's not his name.
I mean, Shaq Leonard. I know, Shaq Leonard.
Thank you. All right, come on.
Restructured Shaquille Leonard and DeForest Buckner. Cut Matt Ryan. Trade Stephon Gilmore. Resign Bobby Okereke, Paris Campbell, Armani Watts, Yannick Ngakoue, and Ashton Doolin. And sign Deion Jones, Baker Mayfield, Adrian Amos, Cameron Sutton, Marcus Peters, Jamel Dean, and Miles Boykin. Sorry, it's also re-sign Bobby Okereke. Use that one. Re-sign Bobby Okereke.
Can you do it again? Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
Restructure Shaquille Leonard and DeForest Buckner. Cut Matt Ryan. Trade Stephon Gilmore. Re-sign Bobby Okereke, Paris Campbell, Armani Watts, Yannick Ngakoue, and Ashton Doolin. And sign Deion Jones, Baker Mayfield, Adrian Amos, Cameron Sutton, Marcus Peters, Jamel Dean, and Miles Boykin.
So lot of names in the secondary in the back end there. I casually caught that Jamel Dean, Marcus Peters. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Whoa.
Yeah.
So how much room do these boys have?
So with the two restructures, cutting Matt Ryan and trading Stephon Gilmore, they will have about $56 million in cap space.
Now I'm on board with trading.
And then you also technically should be able to get an extra 16 for that for the cap addition for next year. I think, I'm not entirely sure, but it's not necessarily inputted into this anyways. So with all, they can re-sign all of those people and still sign all of them. The biggest amount of money is tied up in Matt Ryan and Stephon Gilmore.
Okay.
Really what should also be included is pray to God that you draft CJ Stroud or Bryce Young. Because Baker Mayfield shouldn't be the starter.
Do they have what pick?
They have the 4th pick right now.
Oh shit. Oh fuck.
So I think that they're drafting a quarterback
they're
either way.
They're getting a quarterback. Oh,
and
worst case scenario is Levis. Oh, I think he's going to go top 3 though. I actually think it's going to happen.
I think Baker Mayfield is.
Who has 3?
It goes Bears, Texans, Cardinals.
Okay.
Cardinals.
Okay, so they're not taking quarterback. They're drafted. They're taking. Okay, so congratulations, Arizona. You guys, got fucking Will Anderson. He's gonna be
or Jalen Carter, or possibly Jalen Carter, depending on how shit goes.
Actually, now that I think, I think.
I said the Texans should take Jalen Carter.
I think Will Anderson's really fun. And I have a very strong opinion because in 2020, when Will Anderson was a true freshman, he fucking destroyed Ohio State tackles and ate them up for breakfast, okay? When he was a true freshman. I will never forget that in the Natty, okay? But they also had a Christian Barmore on the defense, so it's a little different. I do think, though, that Will Anderson could become a perennial top 5 edge rusher in the league.
You think he's like a Micah Parsons?
No one's like Micah Parsons. No one is that athletic. Nobody in the league. He's that strong, that fast. He can actually cover too. He literally might be the greatest linebacker of this modern era. Just when you consider everything, like he can pass.
He's like Lawrence Taylor.
Pass coverage. I don't know if LT could cover and pass coverage, but like Micah can drop back. Like he can he can run stop. He can fucking edge rush. He can play Mike and fill your fucking A gap. Like I've never seen anything like him.
But so, you think that Will Anderson could be? I can't
give them Micah, but Will Anderson,
Von Miller.
I can see. Now Von Miller's really fucking good at football, so it's gonna be tough.
But you're saying he's gonna be a perennial all pro. Like that's what you're talking about.
No, I know. I'm saying like better than Nick Bosa. I think he can get there. And you know my thoughts on Nick Bosa. Better than Chase Young. Yeah.
Yes.
Hate to admit it, but Chase Young, I've said this a lot, but he was just way more athletic than every Big Ten tackle was last year. So he didn't have to do a pass rush move. He speed rushed every time.
Speaking of Nick Bosa, let's get to the 49ers.
So is he up for contract?
He can get a contract extension. He has one more year, but he can get an extension this offseason. And that doesn't affect the cap this offseason.
Oh.
So
nice.
49ers offseason wish list.
What do you have about DeForest Buckner on Colts?
Restructure.
Okay.
49ers offseason wish list. Restructure Eric Armstead, Christian McCaffrey, Charvarius Ward, George Kittle, and Fred Warner. Extend Nick Bosa. Resign Azeez Al-Shaair, Jimmy Ward, Emmanuel Mosley, Charles. Oh my God, my nose is itchy.
No.
Oh.
Fuck! What the fuck did I just watch, Everett? What the fuck?
Dude, my nose got so itchy halfway through.
If my nose itched during a college football recap, Everett, I block that shit out and keep going. Okay?
I couldn't. I had to give in.
You think Stephen A. Smith on First Take when he's got to go take a doo-doo? You think when he's got a little fucking tickle, he stops the fucking take? No, he keeps on roasting the fuck out of Skip, okay? That's how legends in the media world do it, okay?
Oh, I know. I had to give in.
An itchy nose? That's the worst excuse you could have given me. But fuck it, all right? Guess it's good content. I'm muting myself.
Okay. All right. 49ers offseason wish list. Restructure Eric Armstead, Christian McCaffrey, Trevarius Ward, George Kittle, and Fred Warner. Extend Nick Bosa. Resign Azeez Al-Shaair, Jimmy Ward, Emmanuel Mosley, and Charles Omenihu. Tender Jawan Jennings, and sign Dalton Risner, Jermaine Illuminor, and Sheldon Rankins.
I'm like, I don't understand how the 49ers have $8 million in cap space as of today. That doesn't make sense to me. I'm just looking at the big name dudes on their team. Trent Williams, Armstead, Warner, Kittle, Bosa, Trevarius Ward, McCaffrey. They're all getting paid $10 million plus. How the fuck can they keep all these guys?
I don't know, man.
I also didn't hear. Never mind. Bad point I was about to make.
What were you gonna ask?
I was gonna say Trey Sermon. I'm like, he's not on the 49ers anymore.
It wouldn't have mattered regardless.
No, I know,
they have Christian McCaffrey.
I also know you were gonna say, oh well, cut him. So I was just curious.
I don't have them cutting anybody. I honestly think they're really close. They just need enough money to be able to re-sign all of those players. And then they're fixing up. I have them fixing up their own line, getting Jermaine Illuminor instead of Mike McGlinchey back. Because by the way, Mike McGlinchey might actually get one of their quarterbacks killed. And Sheldon Rankins, Brock Purdy should be back for the start of the season. Trey Lance should also be. I really don't think that they need to sign a quarterback. So,
or they could just go draft Stroud. Or they can right their wrongs and go get Justin Fields. They can right their wrongs this offseason. They can do it. Can you imagine? Okay, fuck it. We had a fun little hypothetical earlier with Carson Wentz. Would the 49ers have beaten the Eagles if they had Justin Fields?
Well, are we assuming that he gets hurt like Brock Purdy did?
No. What the fuck? No.
Then yes.
No. Justin's healthy.
Yes. No. If Justin Fields, if they had a capable quarterback playing that game, they would have beaten the Eagles.
Everett, I think there's a little bit of passion involved here with how much you hate I think the Eagles.
They are very good, but I legitimately think if Brock Purdy was healthy that entire game, they win that game.
Really?
Yes.
You think that too? Damn.
I legitimately think that if Brock Purdy was healthy that entire game, they would win that game. Because the defense basically was stuck on the field the whole fucking game. They didn't get time off, so they're getting really fucking tired, and they're going to let up explosive plays because that's the way the Eagles work. The offense can't put up points to match it because their quarterback can't fucking take a snap cleanly, then also gets hurt, so then they're running the entire rest of the game.
All right.
Like, if you give them a fair shot, because keep in mind, Brock Purdy got hurt on the first drive.
Yeah.
They didn't play a game. They didn't play a game. They didn't play a game. And by the way, they were driving on that drive.
Yeah,
hold on. Can you also? I'm just gonna also say this. Cut this into the re-sign portion for the 49ers.
Okay.
And Robbie Gould. Okay. Keep Robbie Gould. All
right. Hopefully I remember that part. But I'm going to be honest. I don't think the Niner faithful will be that upset if you forget their kicker. But hey, we'll see.
We'll see.
But
Robbie Gould's a great kicker.
Comments that I saw is, I love how this guy always throws in a backup quarterback. I was like, hey, we got to fill a 52-man roster, man.
It's got to get him in there, bro.
Or 53-man, all right?
53.
We can't fuck around, all right? We got to get the full thing filled out, so... backup quarterback, you got to count.
I'm just going to start naming.
Second most player on every
important team.
Second most important player on every football team ever. The backup quarterback. All right, that's the second most important player on every team. Quarterback's number one.
You know who the second most?
No,
you know who it really is. You know who it really is? The fucking water boy.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
That's the only thing I would have accepted.
And with that, Thank you guys so much for watching, listening. Rate us 5 stars. You can find us on
6
TikTok.
stars. Don't sell.
You can find us on TikTok, YouTube, and on Twitter at WaterboyPod. You can find us on Twitter at our handles right here. Make sure to like. Make sure to subscribe. It's gonna be on this. It's gonna be on this side. Nope. Other way. Other side. Nope. Other side.
Nope.
No, like
Boy Grant right there.
Yeah. It flips when you edit it. It's on the. There you go.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is. I guarantee you.
You're gonna look really stupid when I upload this.
Okay.
I'm actually going to purposely clip this out to show you that Waterboy Grant is right here. Oh.
Okay.
And you're watching Disney Channel. Yeah. All right. We're wrap the shit up. We're done. I'm turning off.
Waterboy's out.